What's up, everybody? Matthew here. Hey, boy, did I appreciate the satanic motif that was given at the Grammys over the weekend. I don't know if you saw this. Actually, to be completely honest, I didn't watch it, and you didn't watch it either. And of course, we're not going to watch this garbage because nobody watches the Grammys. In fact, they are increasingly ridiculous and stupid and dumb and every other adjective that you can possibly pile up to describe this garbage. Nobody's watching these things. The ratings are continuing to fall every single year. And it's true with the Oscars and the Golden Globes and the Grammys and whatever other award shows Hollywood heaps upon itself. It's one of the most self-aggrandizing things that our culture has ever produced. And I did not see the satanic motif dance that was apparently at the Grammys of the weekend. Of course, I saw it on Twitter and other social media that this thing happened. If you didn't see it, you didn't miss much, but I'm going to tell you why I appreciated it here in just a moment. And you're probably not expecting me to say that. So there's this performer. Apparently, there's this guy. I'm not sure what gender he claims to be or his sexual dynamics or whoever he was with on the stage. Apparently, there's all kinds of perversities there between the two artists that were displaying their talents, I suppose you could say. But it was filled with satanic motifs. You had the devil costume, you had fire, you had obvious intonations of hell. You had scantily clad dancers in cages doing all sorts of provocative sexual act move type things. It was really, really disgusting, of course, and totally stupid. What was very interesting about this whole scene, though, is as the song is coming to a close, you have the Grammy label come on the screen because they're going to commercial, and then sponsored by Pfizer, the name Pfizer comes up. It was all so terribly perfect because, and this is why I liked it, because you. Here's my take, right? So you probably expect me to say, we should be so mad and, I'm fired up about this. No pun intended. But no, I actually appreciate this because as stupid and dumb as it was, and it was all of those things, I really appreciate the honesty here. Because look, if you're going to come to my house and you're going to enter my house and your intention is to kill and to steal and to destroy, I appreciate you announcing that as you barge into my house so that I can fight you off with all of my strength. But please don't patronize me with any such garbage and nonsense that you've come to help. Don't tell me you're here to fix my dishwasher or you're here to scrub the carpets for me, when in fact you're here to kill and to maim and to destroy my entire family. So I appreciate that. So I can know to fight you with all of my strength. And in the same way that if I go to the doctor's office and the doctor has no intention of healing me, but he only wants to administer something that's going to harm me, I would very much appreciate him saying so before he injects anything into my body or prescribes something that's ultimately going to kill or addict or destroy me or my family or my loved ones or our fertility or anything like that. So look, thanks for being honest on this. I really mean that, Grammys. I think you did us all a solid by letting us know what your deepest and truest motivations are. Same thing with a car mechanic. If I go to the car mechanic, please don't patronize me by telling me I need this part, I need this new transmission, when in fact all I really need is wiper fluid or something like that. I deeply appreciate the Grammys being completely honest with us as to where their deepest motivations are and who they are trying to please. In fact, let me give you a couple reasons here why I thought this performance was actually brilliant. First of all, it reminded us that there is, in fact, a true battle between good and evil. And I like the fact that the Grammys are completely honest about where their priorities lie. The perversity agenda, from Madonna's speech, her weird speech that she gave, to all of the deformed things that this culture is trying to foist upon us and our children, even to the branding and the advocacy of who's paying the bills by way of supporting these things in their commercial endeavors. Just watch the commercials and that'll tell you who supports these things. Interesting, isn't it, that Pfizer came up as the main sponsor for the satanic performance, given that Pfizer so self-righteously recently said that they might stop advertising on Twitter because they don't want too much information going out there. Well, thank you very much, Pfizer, for, again, being so blatantly honest with us about what your true motivations are. Secondly, I have to tell you, I forget the name of the artist, and I don't really care. I've never heard of him before, or her, whichever. I don't mean to offend you with whatever you align yourself with. But thanks for reminding us that Satan is real. There is a malevolent, evil, diabolical demon called Satan, and his mission is to destroy you and your family. He would see nothing better, in his view, than to tear you away from God, to rip the Word of God out of your hand, to see you separated from a Bible-believing church, to see your children become perverted and deformed in all of the ways of such malevolence. And I would just want to thank Pfizer and the Grammys for reminding us that Satan is real, and therefore encouraging us then to put on the armor of faith, the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, taking up the shield of faith and the sword, which is the Word of God, the belt of truth, and the footgear of the readiness of the gospel. Thank you very much for reminding us that the warfare is real. Next, I have to say thank you, Grammys. Thank you, Pfizer. Thank you, whoever satanic performer you are, I forget your name, for pushing the culture closer to the cliff. Because every year at the Grammys or the Oscars, of course, somebody has to do something that's so provocative that they get the headlines the very next day. So whether it's Cardi B doing some ridiculous sex act performance, or whoever else it is, Will Smith assaults somebody physically on the stage, whatever. Thank you for pushing our culture closer to the cliff so that we can finally wake up and realize how stupid Hollywood is and how ridiculous these things are that they're trying to, again, foist upon us and our children. So what's going to happen next year? Are we going to sacrifice an animal or a human being on live TV? Are we going to actually perform sex acts on live television? It'll be interesting to see what happens as the culture continues to spiral downward in all of its foolishness and all of its stupidity. But then finally, I just have to say this. Thank you, Pfizer and the Grammys and Madonna, for pushing people to get involved in a Bible-believing church. You like my shirt, by the way? Be a radical. Join a Bible-believing church. If you want to be a radical, Madonna and other people think they're very radical in their views. I think they're very progressive and helpful to society. If you want to be a real radical, then I would simply leave you with this. As quickly as you can, if you've not already done so, get your family involved in a true Bible-believing church. Therein is your safe haven from all the wickedness of this world. By the way, if you like my shirt, my friends made this for me. Chad and Shauna, they got a little business called Cassidy Craft Corner. They made this for me. I think it's pretty cool. In fact, I designed it myself. Anyway, I'll put a link in the description of this video if you want to grab one of these. People liked them on Instagram when I posted that picture. Okay, well, that's it for me today. Matthew here. Thanks for checking in. Love you lots. Talk to you later.